ओके, अभी स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं करते। ठीक है, all right. So, as per the agenda of the discussion, let's discuss about user stories. Believe me and trust me, guys, user story is one of that document which will be asked during the interview, during the assessment, during your daily roles and responsibilities. They'll say, "ठीक है, Rohit, you mentioned that you are a business analyst and you do a lot of documentation. So how about you tell me how do you write down a user story? Why do you write down a user story? And when do you write down a user story?" So before I get into that and give you the more insight, I would really appreciate if you can let me know what is your perspective and understanding in terms of a user story documentation. What exactly it is. Yes, guys.
Rohit, the user story is a description of a feature from the user perspective so as to achieve some goal. It follows certain template, like what business drivers is it for. There is a method to write it as a, for example, as a customer, I want to log in so that I can have access of the dashboard. So objective is made clear in the user story. And then there is acceptance criteria written how it should be behaving in a certain way. And it is
Mm.
basically written to for the testers as well as for the developers so as they get the clear understanding of what they are making. So I think that's pretty much it I have
Yeah.
about user story. Yeah.
All right. Good to go. Anybody else who would like to give us their insight?
Sir, I believe a user story is very high level document in a very vague way. It's not a technical. So in a high level language, you consider the user as taking in mind the user, and then you write what are the exact requirements, going not in a technical way, but just a vague in a vague way or a high level way.
No, Rahul. I'm sorry to cut you in, but it is not a high level or vague document. On the contrary, it is the most, divided and segregated and most unit-based document in terms of the segregated and divided and subdivided and further subdivided into the most unit feature and its functionality. जो आप vague और high level document बोल रहे हो, that could be a business requirement document.
Okay.
You remember, I mean, I don't know if you have gone through with this. We do a work breakdown structure, WBS. जब हम project planning करते हैं, when we do the project planning or project management tracker. So when we do that, ठीक है, so we do a work breakdown structure. अब ये थोड़ी ना है कि I will say, you will say that Rohit, you are my business analyst and okay, do one thing, do the project planning for leave management. I'll say just not just the leave management. Leave management has it's a very big umbrella. It's a very big module. Under leave management system, we have paid leave, casual leave, sick leave, and other leaves. And in each and every leave, we have different feature and different functionality in order to apply, view, edit, change, delete, cancel, reject. And if we are applying, then it will be a single day apply, multiple days apply, consecutive days applies, alternate days applies, and range of days applies. So what we are doing is breaking it down to the most unit feature in terms of functionality. And when we are explaining that most unit feature and its functionality with both use case and misuse case, then we can say that we have explained it in the most descriptive way. That is a user story. ठीक है, राहुल and all.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. अच्छा, before I get into that, can anyone tell me, because guys, this question definitely comes, or even if it doesn't, then you should be saying it, कि हाँ, yeah, this is user story, and this is use case, and this is test case. ठीक है. So can you guys explain me what is a user story, what is a use case, and what is a test case? Yes, guys. Yes, anybody, especially the people who are giving interviews.
User story is how a feature user story explains the feature or any sub or feature or its subtask or its task from the user's perspective, and use cases how a system will behave when sorry, so the use cases, the possibilities in which all the system will behave when the user interact with the system. It could be a happy flow, it could be the negative scenario, positive scenario when user interact with the system. For example, if we are trying to log in, we enter the username and password, and we are in the system. And if and one of these things is not right, or maybe we have not put the caps lock on, if we have that kept that in a password, so it will throw an error. So this is another use case. And test case is how to test a certain feature with all the possibilities are written how the user can interact with the system. And that's what I have for the test cases.
Hmm. Okay, all right. Anybody else? Okay, all right, not an issue. Yes, guys, what Simrit has mentioned, that is, in a way, it is correct. Okay. User story is a document, okay, from the perspective of live user, end user. How an end user will use the feature and how he or she will get the result, behavior, as per the acceptance criteria. So user story is the behavior, how a user will respond or behave in a live environment, or an end user or live user will use the feature in the live environment in order to get the behavior. Okay, which is acceptance criteria. Okay, I'm sorry, use case means it is from the perspective of system, how the system will behave and will give the will act for the UI UX, user interface and user experience, in order to get the rightful behavior. What should be the action and how the system will behave in order to get the reaction. That is a use case. And test case is as per the acceptance criteria that is there for the user story and use case. The tester will test in order to get all the negative and positive test scenarios in order to get the actual output, which is the acceptance criteria. So it is from the perspective of user. Okay. Let's take a simple example. uh, चलो पेड लीव्स ही करते हैं. ठीक है. अब there is a leave, under leave there is a paid leave, and there is a casual leave and sick leave. So when we say paid leave, so user story would be a user is clicking on the paid leave and able to apply paid leave by using certain buttons and features in order to get the successful paid leave applied as a functionality. Okay, that means if I am an employee, I go to leave, I go to paid leave, I click on date, I click on comments, I put on comments, I apply 1 day, 2 day, multiple days, and I click submit, and it shows applied successfully, leave applied successfully. So that is my user story. As an employee, I want to apply a paid leave or a single day paid leave so that I can get the applied successful behavior onto my system so that I can apply it successfully. A use case would be the system. If I'm clicking on, let's say today's what, 8th of September, I need to apply a single day. The use case would be I can apply for 9th of September, 10th of September, 11th of September. So I can apply on different dates for single day, because I'm applying and the functionality is only single day apply. Okay, multiple days apply. I can apply for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 consecutive 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alternate days 8, 10, 12, and so on, wherever or whichever the date I want to apply. So that is the system. So system is letting me apply single day, multiple day, consecutive days, range of days. So that is the use case. That system is designed in such a way, the backend is designed in such a way that if I have the available paid leaves in my kitty, the system would let me apply. Otherwise, I have only 5 and I'm trying to apply 6 days. The system will give me a behavior that you do not have a valid number of paid leaves available. So that's a use case. Now, the test case would be the tester will test what is the functionality and what is the acceptance criteria. As per the available kitty, the system will let the user to apply single day, multiple day, alternate days and consecutive days and range of days. So tester will test each and every feature and its functionality as per the paid leave single day apply or multiple days apply in terms of checking that system is letting the user as per the acceptance criteria and getting the successful behavior. So that is your user story, use case, and test case. Getting my point? User story focus more on the end user. Use case, it is the system. Okay. Test case, it is as per the QA, as per the BA, as per the tester. Okay. User story describes the feature and its functionality as per the acceptance criteria, as per the requirement gathering, and as per the system behavior. Okay. Use cases describe how the system will behave in the live environment, which is as per the acceptance criteria. And test case is, of course, in order to validate the system, in order to verify and validate the system, in order to get the rightful behavior and QA pass behavior. Okay. Any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now, guys? Yes, no, maybe.
Can you repeat the test case scenario if you won't mind?
देखो, uh, Shaheen or Jagdish, whoever asked. Test case means, let's say, Shaheen, you are a business analyst and I am a quality analyst. I'm a manual tester. You have given me and you have groomed me कि Rohit, देखो भाई, this is the user story. This is the paid leave feature. And these are all the different use cases. If a live employee user would be applying a single day leave, then he or she would be able to apply a single day or next day or alternate single days or multiple single days or consecutive single days or group of single days or group of range or range of days, provided that he or she they have a available paid leaves in their kitty. This is the feature and this is the functionality and this is the UI UX. So according to your user stories and use cases that you have created, since I am a manual tester, I will write down my test cases. So how
Okay.
do I write down test cases? The serial number, test scenario. What is test scenario? It is paid leave apply. I'm sorry, single day paid leave apply. What is the test case? Test case would be these steps. What are those steps? Log into HRMS, click on leave, click on paid leave, and apply single day, apply multiple days, alternate days, consecutive days. And what is the behavior? The actual output should be the system is giving me the pop-up that single day paid leave applied. What is the second acceptance criteria or actual output? The system will deduct 1 day paid leave from my available paid leave scheduling or account, and system will give me a notification mail and message that single day paid leave applied. So I am now as a tester will be testing all these steps for single day, multiple days, alternate days, consecutive days, so that I can check that how and how as per the acceptance criteria and as per the user story I would be able to test it. So that's how we need to test it from all the possibilities and probabilities.
Got it.
ठीक है. ठीक है. All right. So coming back to the main point. Just Coming back to the main point, user story. So, guys, I always say whenever you are giving interview or once you have joined, you always need to remember if you are doing any activity, if you are doing any documentation, you need to remember some answer to the questions. What is that document or activity? In this case, what is that document? Who creates that document? For whom that document is created? When that document is created and how that document is created. So first of all, what is user story? So user story is a document which describes and explains the unit feature in terms of its feature and its functionality in the live environment used by the end user or live user in order to get the rightful behavior as per the with the a business is a story in
Rohit, your video is stuck.
hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
ठीक है, एक मिनट है. ठीक है, guys, you all can hear me loud and clear, right?
Yes, Sean.
Yes.
Hmm. Maybe there are a lot of guys over here using Wi-Fi, so maybe that's the reason why there's a congestion in the system or internet. Huh. So I was saying that hmm, I was saying that what is a user story? So user story means, I mean, from the user, from the live or end user perspective, how they will behave in the live environment with the most unit feature with its functionality as per the acceptance criteria, as per the rightful behavior in the UI UX, which is user interface and user experience, as per the client's expectations, as per the client's acceptance criteria. So that's how we describe the user story. Second point is who creates the user story. So it is the business analyst who creates the user story. Okay. Third point is for whom the user story is created. So it is for the Scrum team, which means it is for the developers, it is for the testers, it is for the designers, it is for the quality analyst, it is for the release team, for developers and designers so that they can develop and design the wireframes. They can develop the backend and front end interface as per the user story, feature and its functionality with user experience and user interface as per the acceptance criteria. For the testers, so that they can write down the test cases accordingly in order to do the manual testing as well as automation testing. For manual testing, they are doing the test cases and regression packs for functional and regression testing. And for automation testing, they are creating the test scripts in order to do the non-functional requirements testing. For content writers and designers, I'm sorry, for content writers and release team, it is for the release notes that they are using the user stories. Okay, and of course, for the support team, it is for the knowledge base management that they would be using it in order to pacify the customers if they are facing issue in the feature for any customer service and tech support. Okay, so user story creates a, you can say foundation document for that unit feature and its functionality so that others can work accordingly. Like we are in agile. We are in agile, we are dependent on each other. So everyone is dependent on user story in order to design, develop, test, and deploy. Okay. So this is for whom the user story is created. Okay. When do we create the user story? So guys, this is quite practical level answer. So when do we do it? It is like सबसे पहले pre-sales. As per the pre-sales, so we create once the client, as per the pre-sales, we create the RFIs, RFPs, proposal documents, proposed documents, initial BRDs. Once the client is onboarded, then we carry on with the revised business requirement document. Then we create the project management planning. As per the project management planning, as per the work breakdown structure, project management planning, we create the product backlog. As per the product backlog refinement, we create the sprint backlog. Now, the sprint backlog, let's say it is for 1 month. We have now 10 tickets for 1 month for one sprint. So as per the 10 tickets, we have created 20 user stories. ठीक है शायद वो टिकट्स में थोड़ी ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी है so we have created 20 user stories. So as per the 20 user stories, we have created user stories, user interface and user experience, designs, data flows, activity flows, BPMN, ठीक है, business process labeling, ठीक है. According to that, we then create the user stories. I mean, according to these user stories, wherein we have included all these documentation, data flows, wireframes, and prototypes, we do the requirement gathering. And this is the zero sprint period, जिसमें हम कहते हैं we are doing the sprint planning. So in this zero sprint period, we create the initial user stories. And then we connect with the client or with the product owner. And then we carry on with the request for information, request for proposal, expectations, changes, customization, enhancement. And as per the client's expectations, we do the revised user story. So initially, we had 20 user stories according to the 10 tickets. Now we have 20 tickets and now we have 40 user stories. So as per the 40 user stories, which is the revised user stories, this is when do we create these documentation. Okay. So that is the answer to what, for whom, by whom, and when do we create the user stories. Any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now, guys? Yes, no, maybe. Yes,
All
guys.
right.
Hello, hello. Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, Rohit, you're
Yes,
audible.
Rohit,
Yes,
we can
now
hear
we
you.
can.
Yes, sir.
I'm really sorry about this, guys. I don't know, something is wrong with the net today. एक minute, now I've connected with
No
my
problem.
mobile data. Okay. All right, guys. So, as I was saying, that this is what, this is by whom, this is for whom, and this is when do we create the user stories. Now the question comes, what is a user story? And I'm sorry, now the question comes, how do we write down a user stories? Okay. Trust me, guys, I have seen my placed candidates, of course, they have a very different culture, very different style in terms of writing down the user story. Trust me, I have seen given, when, then. I don't know if you have heard about this form. Given means what is the functionality, what is the feature. When means when you action this, then means then you get the reaction. So this is also one of the format. Other formats that are also there. As a user story, I want this to happen. I want to apply this action so that I can get this reaction. So this is also user story. So there are multiple, I would say, um, documentation culture in terms of creating the user stories, in terms of documenting the user stories. But I have some formats. Just a moment. Okay, guys, I hope my screen is visible. You can all see my screen, right?
Yes, Rohit,
Yes.
it's
Yep.
visible.
Yes.
Let's see if it is getting recorded. Take. So this is one of the format that I have always, trained. I have always used in live environment as well during the interviews, during the assessment. And I appreciate that if you also go through with this format so that you can all have a better understanding in order to create the complete user story. Okay. First is, contents of the user story, syntax of the user story. How do we write down the user story? So of course, there would be a title, which is name of the feature or sub feature. Okay. Storyliner, which is as a user, I want to apply this action so that I can get this reaction. Okay, that's a storyliner. Explanation, describe the complete feature and its functionality. I mean, what exactly is that feature and how will it perform? How will it get the action and get the reaction? Then steps of the feature to be performed in order to get the successful behavior, which is different use cases, which is different CRUD operations. CRUD operations means CRUD. That means it could create, apply, or search. It could read, view, or see. It could update, change, or edit. It could delete, hold, or cancel. I mean, what is this CRUD operation? These CRUD operations are those actions which is applicable to each and every feature. Not all of them at once. It could be one at once, it could be two at once, it could be all of them at once. Take a Jessica. Let's take an example of salary slips. If I am as an employee, if I am using the salary slip feature, I can only create or generate. Generate salary slip, right? As an employee, I can generate, I can export, and I can also read, view, or see my salary slips. But if I am an employee, can I update? Can I change? Can I edit my salary slip? Of course not. Can I delete? Can I cancel? Or can I reject my salary slip? No, I cannot. But if I am a manager in HRMS portal, if I am a HR in HRMS portal, So I can perform CRUD operations altogether. I can create a salary slip for my employee. I can read and view for my employee. I can change it for my employee, and I can cancel or delete it for my employees. Right? You all understand this point, right, guys? CRUD operations.
Yes, true.
Okay. So in a way, we are including all those possibilities, all those probabilities that a user in a live environment would use in order to get the rightful behavior, so that we can complete all the actions that is available in that feature or sub feature. So that's your steps. That's your CRUD operations. Then, of course, wireframes, diagrams, or screenshots, or flow diagrams, or activity flows, or screens that we need to attach. Then comes the system audit log. System audit log means today's what? 8th of September 2025, 3:36. If I have done this and I have put it on bold, so there is a log to it. That means my laptop is creating a log that on 8th of September 2025, 3:36, logged in as a Rohit Singh Rana, worked on a MS Word user story. Activity was not bold, and now it was bold on this time. So this is an activity log. Okay, I'm sorry, this is the audit log. So system, what is system? System is not laptop. System is HRMS system, human resource management system. So it is also keeping a record that what time, what type of user, what was the activity or feature name, and what was the IP address or location. So it is keeping a record and storing that data for the admin portal. Okay, so that as and when require, admin as per the designation can provide the data to the required user. Let's say you are my manager and you have just joined in. Okay. And you said Rohit is going to apply for a leave, and you are new in the company. You said, I need to check that if I have to approve or reject, I need to check all the leaves that Rohit has applied. So you go to the management portal and you send a request to the admin portal or admin user to give me all the details that Rohit has applied paid leave or casual leave or sick leave or leave without pay for the complete financial year. So how will the admin will get the data? Because the system is system audit log. Each and every feature is system audit logged. So every time I have applied for a leave, the system has audited and tracked it down and stored the data so that as and when required. So now I will get the data that Rohit always takes a paid leave on every month. So you will apply it. So that is why each and every feature is system audit log. And then of course the database. What is the variable? What is the varchar value, integer value, numerical value, alphabetical value, special character value? That needs to be put in the database in order to perform that feature. Let's say in this feature, apply leaves, I might need to enter the comments. I might need to enter the date. I might need to enter the tooltip or drop down box or text box or comment box. So what are all the details that could be entered with the validity of like 10 characters, 20 characters, 50 characters. So that is that database. And then of course the acceptance criteria, the successful behavior. Successful behavior acceptance criteria could be one, could be two, could be multiple. Totally depends upon the feature and its functionality. ठीक है guys, इतना point समझ में आया आपको? Did you get this point, guys? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe.
रोहित, आपने जो ये CRUD ऑपरेशन बताया है, सो
Hmm.
हर हर बिजनेस यूजर के पास तो CRUD के राइट्स नहीं होंगे, राइट? कि हर कोई अपडेट नहीं कर
It's
सकता।
it could be possible that some user they have all the CRUD rights and maybe some user they don't have the rights. Let's say Simrat, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Third operations means create, read, update, and delete. Supposedly you are using my system and you are Rohit. So I say, Simrat, use that chat feature. Now you tell me what are all the CRUD operations that you can apply in chat button. So I click on chat. So what do you see over here? What's the action that you can perform over here? Let's start with C.
I
C
can
is create.
I can create, yeah. So right.
That means I can create
Type a
that. That
message.
means you
Yeah.
can generate or you can text in chat box, right? So I say hi all. Okay. So that means you are able to apply the C option, which is create option. Second option is read. Whatever that you have written or texted, you are able to view it, right? So that means you are able to use the R feature, which is read feature, which is the read operation, right? Simrat.
Yes, Rohit. So
Okay.
my
Third one
question,
is update. Hmm.
this I got it what you were trying to understand. Just wanted to ask, just in case जिसके लिए हम यूजर स्टोरी लिख रहे हैं, मतलब
Hmm.
लिख तो हम यूजर के लिए रहे हैं, राइट? लेकिन वो अपडेट नहीं कर पा रहा, जैसे पेरोल में वो अपडेट नहीं कर पाएगा क्लाइंट, राइट? मतलब जो भी यूजर है उसका, तो उसका हम यू वाला पार्ट नहीं लिखेंगे या पूरा क्रेडिट नहीं लिखेंगे,
नहीं नहीं
सिर्फ
you are a part
सीआरटी?
whichever हाँ absolutely whichever the operation that live user or end user would not able to perform in the live environment, we will just mention over here as not applicable.
ओके,
Okay, because it's not
थैंक यू।
applicable to him or her.
ओके,
Okay. So, I mean, this is one of that user story format that you should be using and explaining during the assessment, during the interview, and during your post placement. Okay, this is one of the best, I would say. I have never seen anyone, rejected this. Okay, I will give you this assessment, but first we need to understand more user story formats. So, ये मैंने बना रखी है। हाँ, ये देखते हैं। Few, ठीक है। Guys, I am sure that we all know Amazon add to cart or wish list shops, right? So I have created a user story using this format, the same format that I've discussed for the wish list, in order to make you understand that how do we write down a complete user story. Okay, so user story, which means feature name. Feature name is Amazon add to cart wish list. User is registered user. I have created multiple storylines from multiple aspects. Okay, let's say as a registered customer, I want to add item or product in the cart feature so that I can shortlist the product and buy it later. As a registered customer, I want to add item or product in the cart feature so that I can view all the selected items in the wish list or cart list. As a registered user, I want to add item or product in the cart feature so that I can view the product description along with the price in its function, in its fluctuation. That means with discounts or premiums or coupons or anything that could be, that could change the price, final price. As a registered customer, I want to add item or items or product in the cart feature so that I can add multiple items in the cart. The way I have written this user story is to explain the different possibility, the different acceptance criteria, and the different use cases a registered customer would use in order to action this wish list or add to cart so that the rightful acceptance criterion behavior can be achieved. Okay, then of course the CRUD operations, create, read. So create में I am able to add the products. Read में I am able to view or see in the cart all products. Update में I can edit, which means I can add or remove products from or a cart. और delete में it's not applicable. ठीक है, अब I cannot delete the product ना, क्योंकि I can only edit it. So edit B works sometimes like a delete, but when I'm editable, so delete function is not applicable. Explanation means add to cart is a feature that provides the functionality to the user to consolidate all the products that is available in the product search feature and selected by the user to move to the cart feature to probably buy it in the coming future. Cart feature has the functionality that we can add more items and remove items from the cart as and when required. Cart feature provides the accessibility to the user to make the payment individually or combine payment for all the products available in the cart. I mean, this is what I've only done in order to explain your cart. Okay, I'm sure you all are well aware of it, but this is how you should be explaining. अब आप बोलोगे यार रोहित भाई एक चीज मुझे बताओ, हमारा एक ई कॉमर्स का प्रोडक्ट है Amazon, उसमें विश लिस्ट है, उसमें हमने we must have delivered it to multiple clients and this is a new client. What's the difference? Why do we need to explain this thing? Why not just tell the developer, yeah, developer, तूने चार बार client को already provide, you have already given it to the client, same feature, same functionality, वैसे ही client को दे दो. ठीक है? But that is as is product. Maybe client has given me a different instructions in the requirement gathering that this is how I want my wish list or add to cart to work in the live environment. Okay, maybe client has said ki not more than 5 items should be there in wish list. Nothing more than 5. Any category, any genre, any type. So this is a new requirement. So I have to create the user story as per the acceptance criteria or as per the client's expectations. Okay, getting my point. So that's why I have to give the explanations, CRUD operations, storyliners according to the client's expectations. Okay, then of course comes the steps. What is steps? Log into Amazon. So I have Amazon. This is a screenshot. Okay, then comes go to home page. This is the home page. Then search for the product or product search option. I have searched for this product. Select the product. I have searched the product. Click on add to cart. I have clicked on add to cart and view cart in order to make sure that the product is in the cart. So it's there in the cart. Remove or add the product from the cart if not needed. So I have removed it. That means I'm able to perform the action. Wireframes as per the steps. Now acceptance criteria. When the user selects When the user selects the product and click on add to cart, then product should be added on the cart option. Customer should be able to view the items in the cart feature. Customer should be able to buy the product individually or collectively. Customer should be able to add or remove product from the cart feature. Customer should be able to view the product details and compare it with the same product. कभी कभी क्या होता है कि wish list में it has a different product description and price, and in the main homepage it's a different, so they can also compare it, and only in stock product will be added to the cart. ये सारे different acceptance criteria, and then data base and system audit log as per the requirement. ठीक है guys, did you get this point? Any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now? Yes guys. Yes, no, maybe. Guys, you can hear me loud and clear, right?
Yes, Rohit.
Hmm. ठीक है guys, देखो, user story documentation, the most basic task is you need to understand the feature. अब जैसे कि let's say my manager said कि रोहित ये MS Word जो है this is our product. ठीक है, now do the project planning, do the work breakdown structure, create the users I'm sorry, create the product backlog, create the sprint backlog, and create the user story. Now, trust me, guys, this is a very big task. This is like 2 weeks, 3 weeks task. Okay, at least I'm saying. Okay, अब now you can imagine this is MS Word. अब MS Word में I have file, I have home, I have insert, draw, design, layout, references, mailings, review, view, help. As I have told you, there is a product, then there are multiple modules, epics or milestones, then there are multiple sprints, then there are multiple tickets or user stories or Jira cards, and there are multiple subtasks. And that subtask is a unit feature. Okay. So it means that, okay, file, home, insert, draw, design, layout, references, mailings, review, view, help, it becomes or milestone. Okay, or module. Under home, we have clipboard, font, paragraph, styles, editing, add-ins. These all becomes the different sprints. Under sprints, we have under clipboard, we have format painter, copy, cut, paste. So these becomes the different tickets. Under paste, we have paste option, paste special, set default, and these three options. These becomes the subtask or sub-tickets. So if I am to write down the user story, so I have to create it according to, let's say, this option. What does this does? What does it does? What does it does? What's the option there? What's the option there? So that's why, I mean, that's how we are doing the work breakdown structure, and that's how we need to go unit by unit with maximum level of explanation in order to create the user story. Only then our developers would be able to understand from the documentation and grooming session that you as a business analyst is giving to them in the Scrum meeting. Okay, guys. Any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now? विजेता वासिफ वैभव सूर्यांश सुमित सिमरत सिद्धांत शाहीन साई राशि राकेश राहुल पूजा प्रकाश प्रखर निधि लखन मोहित जगदीश शीला दीपक आशुतोष आशीष anyone आशा अमर अभिषेक
Rohit, I have one question. I don't know whether it is a
please please
right question to ask. It is just out of curiosity. So, जैसे आप अभी बता रहे थे ये MS Word का टिकट्स, राइट? सो इसमें कुछ ग्लोबल कंपोनेंट्स हैं ऊपर, जैसे वो सर्च बार है, एंड देन देयर इज अ क्रॉस का बटन है कि हम इसको मिनिमाइज मैक्सिमाइज कर सकते हैं, और
अच्छा
ऑटो
हाँ
सेव में
हाँ
ये
these are
सारे।
different other modules
तो
that
ये
becomes जो ये ऊपर वाले हैं that becomes the home page तो होम पेज की अलग यूजर स्टोरीज बनती है अलग मॉड्यूल बनता है
तो इसका जैसे हमको सर्च की यूजर स्टोरी बनानी है, तो सर्च की यूजर स्टोरी एक बनेगी होम पेज के मॉड्यूल में, राइट? सर्च बटन की। तो
नहीं नहीं
फिर ये
नहीं सर्च बटन तो वो कॉमन है हर एक के लिए
ओके।
ठीक
तो
है तो जो होम पेज के हिसाब से हम जो करेंगे वो एक कॉमन बटन बन जाएगा सबके लिए तो इसीलिए होम पेज का फाइल होम इंसर्ट ड्रॉ डिजाइन ये अलग अलग मॉड्यूल्स है और फिर यहाँ पे जो ऊपर का यूआई यूएक्स दिख रहा है हाउ इट विल लुक लाइक तो वो एक अलग मॉड्यूल बन जाएगा तो उसके हम अलग यूजर्स जैसे ये शेयर है ठीक है जैसे ये एडिट है जैसे ये कमेंट्स का ऑप्शन है जैसे ये मिनिमाइज मैक्सिमाइज लॉगिन का लोगो दी दिस वन ऑप्शन दिस अंडू दीज ऑप्शंस सो इन सब की हम एक ऑटो सेव वाला जो ऑप्शन है इन सब की हम एक अलग मॉड्यूल बना के हम सॉरी अलग एपिक और स्प्रिंट बना के अलग यूजर स्टोरीज बनाएंगे
ओके।
ठीक है और नॉट ओनली दिस ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इफ माय प्रोडक्ट और माय सर्विसेज इट हैज 4 बिजनेस ड्राइवर्स यानी कि लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ Amazon ठीक है अब जो Amazon है जिसमें मैंने अभी यूजर स्टोरी बनाई दिस इज फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ कस्टमर ठीक है रजिस्टर्ड कस्टमर देयर कुड बी गेस्ट guest user, there would be, you know, client user. Okay, there could be admin user, there could be payment partner user, there could be logistic partner user. Okay, so I have to write down user story not only from the customer perspective for add to cart, but again, I have to write down the user story from guest user, client user, admin user, payment user, logistic user, maybe more, maybe less. So this is how we do the work breakdown structure, okay, in order to ensure that I have written the user story from each and every perspective. Because every feature would work and accessible to and work differently for a different business driver or for a different live user. ठीक है? Let me give an example. Paid leave का लेते हैं. ठीक है? We have HRMS portal. So in our HRMS, we have management or manager user, HR user, admin user, and employee user. I am an employee user. I click on paid leave and I can only apply and view leave. So I applied it. Okay. When my manager click on paid leave, so my manager can also apply leave for himself. But as a manager, he has a right and access to go to my leave and check that Rohit has applied for a leave. So should I have to approve or reject so that approval can be made? But if an HR is going to the paid leave under HR, so HR is using that paid leave option so that HR can, process the invoice on salary according to the paid leave that has been approved or rejected by the manager for that employee. If I am an admin and I am using the same paid leave feature, I am using it for the database and storage for the system audit log so that I can collate the data that Rohit has applied multiple times or single time or how many times. So now you can check or you can see that single paid leave feature has been used by a different business driver in the product or service with different accessibility and different acceptance criteria. So when we are writing down the user story, we have to write it down from the different business driver perspective as per their accessibility and as per their acceptance criteria. इसीलिए when I am doing the requirement gathering with the client, so I am connecting with the client saying that okay, uh, customer is going to use the wish list in such a way, and this is the acceptance criteria. Agreed or not, good to go. Logistic partner would use the wish list or add to cart in this way with this acceptance criteria. Payment partners, client, admin, and vendors and retailers would use this feature in for this particular perspective with this acceptance criteria. So client will give us, okay, ठीक है, change this for vendor, change this for logistic, change this for payment, but it is good to go for the customer, guest and register. So we will write it down and we will create the user story accordingly. Once done, then we send it to the client and then we get the approval and then we start working on the grooming session and then we start the sprint for the design development testing deployment. ठीक है तो दैट इज व्हाई आई सेड ना प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट ट्रैकर 2-3 हफ्ते 4 हफ्ते का टास्क है क्योंकि इसमें we have to define lots and lots of user stories and lots of use cases, lots and lots of accessibilities and lots of work breakdown structure in order to ensure that we have covered all the business drivers. किसी में 4 होते हैं, किसी में 5, किसी में 6 and so on. It totally depends upon the feature, product and service. ठीक है, guys? Any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now? Yes, no, maybe, guys.
No.
No, no, no.
ठीक है गाइस, मैं एक यूनिट का आई विल शेयर एन असेसमेंट, ठीक है, उसका आंसर इसी में ही है। आई विल शेयर दिस डॉक्यूमेंट एज वेल, ठीक है, इट हैज द आंसर टू इट एज वेल। लेट मी शो यू। जनरेट।
Hello, Rohit.
हाँ जी, ये सिला।
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, we are on which sprint according to our curriculum?
इन द डॉक्यूमेंटेशन स्प्रिंट।
Okay, thank you.
जस्ट अ मोमेंट, लेट मी शेयर इट अगेन। हाँ जी, ईला, कैन यू सी माय स्क्रीन?
Wait, wait.
ईला,
Yes, 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 I
ठीक
can.
है। स्प्रिंट 3 डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में
Sprint
हम
two.
इसके बाद once Akash is through with the documentation, then we'll move on to testing alongside with technical skills documentation.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So I was saying that I will share the assessment and I will share the answer to it, and I would really appreciate, as per the understanding, you create your user stories from your side and share it on the group. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, guys. All right. Good to go.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so I'll share the recording in the WhatsApp, I'm sorry, in the Google Drive, so that you can have a better understanding and assessment as well. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Stay safe and be safe. I'll share the recording. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rohit.
Well, thank you, bye.